baby. Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry, my wife, she just fell down the stairs. She's okay, but my heart dropped because that was pretty heavy. So, she's standing, she's solid. It's always something. It's always something. Give me a minute. Hey, babe, she's in, and she's still finding time to chat. I fell down the stairs, guys. Sorry. You don't need to be sorry, babe. You don't need to be sorry. That was a heavy fall, though. Let me know if you need anything. I know you tuned in, babe. I know we're in 2 different levels, but I'm dropping this stream all day if you need me up there. All right. So, man. Yeah, she's fine. Yeah, I made sure she can stand. She can put pressure on it. She's still gonna ice. It's her ankle. She's still gonna ice it just in case. Now I gotta reset, and refocus. That was a heavy fall. Glad you're swinging. I'm glad. Okay. Yeah, she's good. So we can get back to business. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stocks4Rell, Sacrifice for Riches, and we are back another Thursday, another rapid fire chart analysis. And if you've never been here before, then you don't know what time it is. But those that do, put a fire emoji in the chat if you've been hitting on the plays. All right. So essentially, I'm explaining what it is we do. And then I'm going to cover a couple things, and then we're going to dive into it. The rapid fire aspect of everything typically runs for about 20 minutes, okay? And in that 20 minutes, sometimes 30, we go right to the charts. I take the tickers directly from the comments, and then we try to figure out the direction of the stock or ticker. It's zooming in on my face. This is too much. Come on, calm down. Calm down. Oh my God. Come on. I can't get right today. I can't get right. What's the dude name from Life? Can't get right? Is that Life? I don't remember. But anyway, so we take the tickers, right? And we break it down. So what I would need from you, I want everybody to start thinking about their tickers. Don't give it to me right now, because if you do, I'm not gonna get to it, right? Because it's gonna get lost in the chat. I love the fire emojis. But what I'm gonna need y'all to do is start thinking about your tickers. I don't care if it's a new stock. I don't care if it's a crypto. I don't care if it's a blue chip. I don't care if it's $1,000. I don't care what it is, right? If your name is green, you're gonna get priority. That means that you're a member of Sacrifice for Riches. If you are a KGU member, please have, I'm saying this, if you're a KGU member, put a hashtag KGU at the end of your ticker, right? And then you will also be prioritized, right? So just so you know, if you're not a member of either community, then do consider joining, right? I will put links in the chat before we get started, okay, for both. If you're a KGU member and not a doctorate, you need to be a doctorate to see the live trading and training. If you are a Sacrifice for Riches member and you are not a Megalodon, you need to be a Megalodon to get the live trading and live training. All right, so that's just how it is. Plus the archives of all the lessons that I've already taught. Okay, so that being said, when you guys are giving me the tickers, I'm going to need you. I don't need you to, but it'd be nice if you can add a little context. So for instance, if you're looking at the SPY, you'll hit, hold on, let me just get to a different screen. If you're looking at the SPY, right, you're gonna hit SPY looking at calls, or SPY looking to short something, whatever I need to know where your head is, right? If it's Apple, looking to short Apple or looking to invest, or whatever it is. So I know how to speak to the charts, and in that way is catered to what you're wanting instead of some broad-based explanation of what I'm seeing. Okay, I rather direct my words as I'm navigating the charts for you. Okay, that is the way you can get the best value out of here. Now I will tell you, we've been doing this for a little bit now, and almost every ticker we look at hits. You just need to have patience and you have to be ready, right? Those that are in my Discord, you get the alerts. Okay, I have the Discord set up right now where when my alert hits, you get that alert. It's not an AI bot, it's none of that. It's whatever I see, you see. And I did that strategically, that way there's no delay, because I'm on the go, right? And I can't always let everybody know when I'm entering a play. Like I try. A lot of times I can give you one or two, but sometimes it's just like a quick hit and your boy has to get in, get up, get out. But now when my alert goes off, you get that instantly, right? So take it for what it is. You still have to do your own due diligence. It brings your attention to the chart. I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll kind of go from there. I'm cleaning some things up and we will get there. As far as KGU goes, same type of deal where I'm cleaning some things up on my end, where I'm going to start being able to provide you more consistent flows of trades that I'm looking to enter or exit. So when my alerts hit, they are systematically broken down so you know how to read it, right? So entries, exits, take profit targets, all that stuff. You've seen some previews already, but I'm trying to get it to where I'm getting more consistent. Now, the reason why you're not getting a high volume of them currently is because I still need to take the time to set those alerts up. I cleared my charts. I need to reset all of my alerts, okay? Because there's only a couple SPY ones that are in there and a couple other ones from some tickers from previous rapid fire analysis. So once I get back into my grind, those will start to flow a little bit more. But if you don't know, your boy's been tirelessly working on an app. That app is solid. It's dope. There's still a couple little bugs that's going on, but it is going live hopefully this week for my members exclusively to start, and then I'll have a public version of that to launch as well. But that is what I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to demo anything right now during the stream or anything like that, but when I'm ready to go public with it, I'll let you know. All right. So all this happened, your boy's heart rate's up, so I need to calm down, right? And I'm gonna do that by first looking into the chat, welcoming everybody here, and then we're gonna transition, and hopefully that's enough time for me to kind of have calmed my nerves so I can best take care of you, right? Best be prepared to address your ticker requests, right? So let's take a look at the chat, and then we're gonna get rolling here, okay? All right, so I see Withofi, I see Teresa, I see Roll Life. Shout out to my dogs and queens. I see KGU's in the building. What's up, Charmaine? GQ always here showing up, representing KGU. Love to see it. What's up, Mel, Eddie? I see y'all. Let's get it. All right, Denise. What's up, Queen? All right, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, hey, Kazar, don't be calling my wife baby. Baby, you okay? Unless you're talking about me. That is what I said. Are you quoting me? You better put some quotes in the chat, man. Don't be calling my wife baby. Hold up. All right, just jokes. Take your time. Appreciate you, Eddie. Appreciate that group. I see you, KGU, all day. I'm looking in the chat to see if there's any questions and things like that I need to address beforehand, okay? Let's see here. Monica, thank you so much, Queen. I appreciate the generous donation. $1.99. I got you. Thank you so much. That genuinely means a lot. I don't take those for granted. Sometimes I need to check to see if my button's on though, because I don't get a lot of those. So every time I do, it is a blessing. So thank you. Bull, Monica, you gotta let me know. You gotta remind me, Queen. You know what? Because you paid, I'm gonna remember. But paying is not required for me to look at your ticker. All right, but it does help bring it to the forefront. So people that pay, it is priority just because you pop up, right? And I appreciate that. I'm off work this time. Hey, yeah, let's go, Eddie. Glad to see you here. All right, Mel, thank you for telling me to breathe. I really do need to do that. Okay, so you can code too. Yes, to an extent, right? I used to delve into that stuff, JavaScript, C++, and stuff like that when I was younger, and then into college. I was going to school for game design, actually, so I have a brain for it, but I am definitely like rusty, and that's why it's taking me a while. AI definitely helps a ton, which is why I'm able to finally kind of like produce this vision in my head of what I think a proper app looks like especially for new traders. So my app specializes in, of course, you have your trade tracking stuff, then you also have like more the mental stuff as well, which I think is very important. And mindset is everything, and is one of the largest hurdles you're gonna face as a trader that I don't think enough people talk about. But that's why I am open and honest, and that's why I speak to those things in a lot of my videos. I'll let you know what's going on in my brain, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not all smooth sailings. I have my rough patches, and I need to deal with it. But I also need to be transparent when I'm going through those, because that's the only way that other people can learn and grow, is if they see somebody else going through a struggle, and then maybe something that I say or do can help you through your issues as well. So that's kind of what this whole thing is even about. So I need to calm down. Just give me a little bit. What up, Wingman? 43 people in the live right now. I appreciate that. Please hit the like button. I don't know where we are for likes versus views, but my last note before we get into the charts is I've been doing this for a little over 5 years, maybe a little longer. I am not a millionaire, right? I have not achieved the success that I want to achieve in this game just yet, but I have gone through the growing pains. I have fallen on my face, and I'm like on that S curve, right? So like now I'm coming up, and I've hit profitability in options trading. What was it? The beginning of this year or the end of last year, something like that. So that's going well, right? And for the most part, I've been consistent. I still have my issues though, and a lot of that is mental. A lot of it's mental. Patience, anxiousness, anxiety, things like that. Those things I struggle with. So I'm still on my journey, very much so. I share my knowledge that I've gained, which I like to say that it's $1 million worth of gain. And the reason why I say that is because I've acquired a lot of information and I've seen what it takes to get to that level by people like Keen and Grace, right? And of course, I follow other people as well, but we've seen people do the rags to riches type of deal, or just not even rags, but you know, going from slaving in their day-to-day to being self-made, right? And that's kind of the path. That's the goal. That's the dream, right? So I've seen it done. I know what it takes, and now it's just a matter of consistently executing in order to get there. So I'm sharing that. And if somebody told me that you can get all this information and all you have to do is press a button, then best believe I'm pressing the button. So please go ahead and hit the like button for your boy. I genuinely would appreciate it, because I don't do a lot of public live streams. I do more stuff behind the scenes for my Discord and KGU. So 26 likes won't do it. And everybody knows I don't care. I'm one of those that I'll sit tight and I'll just wait, and that's okay. So it's time I need anyway to breathe. So why don't you take the time, hit the like button. I'm gonna breathe a little bit, and then we're gonna kick it off and go right for the live charts, okay? I appreciate you being here. Y'all being here supports me as well, so just know that. YouTube don't pay me nothing but pennies. Just know. But at the same time, though, it's more about the journey. It's more about the community. It's more about supporting everybody, each other, right? So by me pouring into y'all, I've been able to be a part of a community and also establish a community of people that also pour love and support into me as well, just as much as I do them. So that's a blessing, to have a lot of like-minded individuals around you in your circle in these platforms. Is crazy. So, all right. All right, so I'm about to get into it. I think I'm good. I have a timer. Those that don't know, I have a timer. I set the timer to respect your time and to respect mine, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and set this timer for 25 minutes, okay? Once I press this timer, you're gonna hear beep. I'm gonna say go, and then I'm gonna start looking in the chat for the tickers. The first ticker I'm gonna look at is the one by Monica, and I think she was looking at WeBull. So we're gonna get into that first, and then I'll be looking for everywhere else, okay? And she's looking for calls, January 26th call. So she's looking to essentially leap on the options trade and best entry, and she's KGU. Love to see it. Thank you, Queen, for the details. All love, y'all. All right, so we know what time it is. If y'all want the merch, just go to the website. I rock what I believe in. All right. I'm not gonna share any links right now. I'll leave links afterwards because I didn't waste, but I spent enough time. So we're just gonna get right into the charts, all right, y'all? Let me just make sure I'm on the right screen. All right, mic check. Mic check 1 2 1 3. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and you can see me. like, I've been in a situation where I've talked to myself for a while, so I want to make sure that we good. I want to 1 2 1 3. Okay. All right, and somebody update me on the likes, and we're gonna get into it. All right. Let me get rid of all of these indicators because I don't even use them like that. Only thing that matters is volume. So let's go. We're about to get started. I need an update on the likes. I want y'all to know that we hit on AMD. I think our guy Spark 40 he's Road Life, he's been killing it. I think he got like a 300% gain on the Amazon play. The alert that I put out, we hit on Walmart. People hit 100% gains on that. SPY, we've been killing it. So even though SPY's been kind of like weird, bipolar, but we're following those levels and we're taking care of business. All right, so 32 likes. All right, so let's get it. All right, so I'm gonna hit this button, say go, and I'm gonna hit on a start with bull, and we're gonna go from there. I start off a little slower, but then I do speed up. I'm trying to speed up. So here we go. There we go. This is the rapid fire chart analysis. Let's get it. All right, so let's go with bull. Get your tickers in there and let me know what you're looking at. Okay, so with bull, let's go here. Reset my chart. All right, so I've already set this up. So with bull right now, what did I say? We had a supply zone established here. Okay, so if you're looking long, you're actually not wrong. Okay, so right now at 1522, we were looking. I'm sorry, let's get more specific. So at 1514, okay, that we needed confirmation above this level in order to be long on bull. So for as long as we stay above this level, I'm pretty confident in going for calls on bull. This is WeBull, ticker symbol BULL. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that. If we fall below this level and we live below it, then we're looking for WeBull to fall to 1392. And if we can come down to 1392 and find support there, then look for price action for a bullish reversal, because likely we're just coming down to the bottom of a supply zone, looking for support there just to rocket out of the zone. Okay, so just look for that. I'm going to set my alert on this because I've been a fan of WeBull and waiting for this stock to IPO for so long, but I missed the boat. I missed this initial run because I definitely would have been in it if I was paying attention. But that's the first one. Knocked it out of the park. Let's get it. What's next? MU. Again, if your name is in green, then you got priority. So MU. So we've already done this. And essentially, I'm going to repeat what we did, what we talked about. MU is Micron Technologies, ticker symbol MU. Essentially, if we're under 114.04, we are bearish on this stock. So until we break above and confirm above 114.04, we are bearish on MU, which we've already fallen to one of my targets at 105. I'm sorry, yeah, about 105.82. So that would be the take profit target if you're playing it to the downside. Below that level, you're looking to the demand zone, the bottom of the demand zone at 103.46, and then we're falling down to about 97.11. Okay, but we will see. All right, so I'm gonna leave that there, but I am gonna set an alert. Okay, those that are in my Discord, if you are getting these alerts and there's no context with it, there's no entry, exit, take profit targets, that means that the alert is there to bring your eyes to the chart, right, to the ticker. You need to do your own due diligence when these alerts pop off. When I have time, you will see me make an alert like this, and then I will put a message here and it'll pop up just like this. You'll see the details, the breakdown, but can't do that right now I'll find some time later this week and hopefully get something to you before the market kicks off on Monday. All right. Sorry I slowed up on you, but let's go. Hood calls. Okay. Wow. So we've already kind of done some finagling here. Okay. So hood, we drew our level at 101.35. Essentially, I said if we're above this level, we're bullish, right? So we actually cracked the level. We came back. We retested the level of support at 101.35, and we took off well into the supply zone. The supply zone range right now is 107.09 for base, and then about 113.05 for the ceiling, right? So I'm not touching hood for calls unless we can break above 113.05 and establish some support above that level. I would be looking for potential calls if we fell back to the bottom of the supply zone at 106.99, so 107, and found support. So essentially had price action that showed me potential for a bullish reversal, right? As it came down to the bottom of the supply. If we broke below this level out of supply and we confirmed out of the supply zone, then I would be looking for more downside pressure headed back to about 101.35. Okay, so that is my take right now on hood. You know what, before I can proceed with this, I'm going to give you what my next level is on hood, because I know it's nearing a new level for a high. So I got to give you a next level of max take profit targets. Oh snaps, I messed up. So write this down. So hood, max take profit target of 124.47, okay? 124.47. That's the max take profit target. I should have just tagged it. All right, and then, but my next take profit target would be 118. 118.78 would be my next target once we broke above 113.05. Hopefully you got that. All right, what we got next? Tesla for calls, day trade for tomorrow. Love that. Thank you for the details. All right, so those that are new, you might see some charting already done. You have to understand that this is the rapid fire chart, right? This is a saved rapid fire chart. So we'll work these charts till we're blue in the face. And as of right now, I've already spoken to this, but Tesla is in a symmetrical, it looks like a symmetrical triangle. Okay, so we're still trading within this pattern in this range. So Tesla is just gonna stay in this range until we break out of this zone. You see this white triangle, right? So we're bullish on Tesla if we can break above and confirm above 339.89, right? If we fall below, which I could see us going through that level and then wicking back down below that level, right? And if we wick back below 339.89 on Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA, then we're looking for shorts all the way back down to 323.34. Okay, that is what we're looking at. Now we drew this back here, right? So look how Tesla has been reacting to my chart pattern, right? So we bounced recently right here at a key level of support for me around 297, and then we rocketed back up. So I do see Tesla on the way up back to about the 339.89 level. Now we might need to rethink this if it falls short because of how this shape is playing out, but for now I'm just gonna hold until it's confirmed from there. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you're looking for calls on Tesla at this point of the game, I would be looking for it with support above 323.34. But really be careful with this level because you get a lot of false breakouts here. There's a lot of wicking, a lot of indecision that's going on, as you can see from the past. All right, so just be careful. All right, that is not the ideal area that I would be entering Tesla, just so you know. But if you can confirm above it, outstanding. What do we got next? All right, I see you, KGU. LUNR. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed somebody. I'm going back. QBTS. Who's that? Groot? I got you, big dog. All right. This is D-Wave Quantum. Ooh, we love quantum stocks, right? So what do we got? What do we got? So, of course, this is pretty obvious, right? You're in a straight up uptrend with higher highs and higher lows, right? So that's really, there's nothing here that's breaking this right now, and there's no indication that this is going to reverse. So I do see this continuing up, and right now we've just fell to a level of support, right? I don't see a chart pattern like a head and shoulders or anything like that, but we're gonna zoom in and then see if we can see anything a little closer on here. So let's go to the 4-hour chart. So you got a double top that happened here on the 4-hour chart, right? Double top, we came down, and this neckline is really not being respected. So, but this is definitely apparent here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line right where it's at, kind of right here. Let me blow that up a little bit here. I'm going to have to like move my camera. Hold up 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm gonna have to stop rubbernecking here quick. All right, that's better. Okay, so this level right here is pretty much like a neckline for this stock, okay? At 1627, right? So essentially, if you want to look at this, as long as we're above this level, then you can say that you're bullish and you're looking for longs or calls at this level or above, right? If you break this level, right? If you break through, then likely you're coming down. Not that far. Likely you're probably coming back down to about $12, right? Roughly. But we need to break below 1627 and confirm below this level before we decide to hop into shorts. As of right now, we're long though, okay? Just know. Anyway, next up, what do we got? If this is working out for you, let me know in the chat. Put a fire emoji, let me know. LUNR. Ticker symbol, LUNR. This is Intuitive Machines. I don't know this company, but I love being exposed to new companies, right? So, odd stock, right? It is not doing well on earnings consistently. It straight up crashed. I don't know why, but that's irrelevant because it's not anywhere right now. I'm not really focused on up there. But we need to figure out what we're doing. That's what we're trying to do here, right? And I didn't really get it. Oh, calls. Okay, thank you. And I did get some substance. So let me take some time to draw this one up. This was a little bit of a challenge, and just take a little bit more time. Okay. Yep. There we go. So, at first glance, I'll tell you guys, like, when I do my charting, I have a system. I have a color system that I use. So when I'm zoomed in to the charts, I know exactly where I am at all times, and there's no confusion because all of my colors mean something, right? So I just encourage people just to be consistent when it comes to things, how you're charting your charts. Okay, so essentially with this, we just had a huge sell-off, right? And then one can argue that we hit this bear flag or whatever, but essentially you got a double top at a key level of support or resistance at 1305, and it was respected. And now we came down to $9.74, which is my crossroad, right? My crossing road point is identified by a blue dash line on my charts. What does that mean? That means that anything above this blue dash line is bullish and anything below it is bearish. Okay, so as long as we're above $9.74, I'm thinking calls with this stock. Okay, and what you can see as we zoom in is we're having these false breakdowns, right? We're having these false breakdowns. Sellers are pushing it down and buyers are saying, hold up, you're not allowed in my house, get out, and it's pushing it up. That's just what it is. If you want to zoom in a little bit, you can see a little bit more a granular detail. And notice that as we came all the way down here, we fell into what we already know is a symmetrical triangle. Actually, this looks more like a pennant, okay? And the pennants are typically bullish, okay? So we have a nice hammer, which is sign number one of a bullish reversal, which we took off. Then we have a pennant, and we're kind of neutral, but it looks like we're ready for a breakout. Why? Because we still failed to come back down to retest 974. So that's a good indication that we probably have more upside here than down. Beware though, if you're looking at calls on the stock, you have to understand that your true stop loss is confirmation below this level, below $9.74. So that's a long way. You really have to ask yourself, is this the place you want to enter? Yes, that is a possibility if you're playing this structure, which is the pennant. Now, where's your take profit target on something like this? Well, that would be the high of the pennant, which is about $10.96. That's a 80 or about an 80-cent move, right? Or a 79-cent move. I don't know what the contract structure is, but it might not be enough meat on that bone for you to hop in. That's up to you. Please know what you're doing. All right. Hey, I appreciate the super chat, big dog. Thank you so much, Groot. All right. Let's see. SBET. All right, let's go back. Come on. SBET. SBET calls. KGU. Love it. Well, let me take a little sip. And let me zoom out. Do understand that your boy's a swing trader. But man, this thing was asleep for a long time. What? Okay, SBET is SharpLink Gaming. All right. So this is a gaming company. I don't know anything about it. I am a gamer though, so I'm interested to know. Put it in the chat if you know like what they're responsible for, why you're interested in this chart or this stock. Because man, I don't know what this is. I don't like it. And earnings. All right. This is what I say to the stock. You are in a little bit of a situation because you're trying to go long on something that's stuck in an opening gap, right? There's something that pumped the stock up to have it live above. What's this? Live above. Oh, come on. Give me my links. 29.32, right? So essentially, for me to be in calls on this in this company, this stock, I would have to have confirmation above 29.32. Now, I wanted to give you a quick education lesson. You see how we broke above it once, right? And we had this gap, but the next candle to follow was a hammer. You really need to pay attention to that next candle that opens and closes after the break candle, because that candle is going to tell you whether sellers showed up or not, right? And then this was a good indication that we were coming back down, right? So just be mindful. Don't be too quick to hop into calls on here, because if you do, also understand that your take profit target is $29.32, and we might not make it much past that based on what I see here. Okay, so moving on. Hopefully that's been helpful. Put a 1 in the chat if this is helpful. I appreciate the fire emojis. DKNG calls it or puts. Okay, he's swinging both ways, everybody. Hold up. Who's that? Rufus? I'm calling you Unc. Your name Rufus, and you got a gray beard. I love it, big dog. Hopefully I can aspire to look just like you when I'm old and gray. All right. Let's see here. Rufus. Not Rufus. DKNG. Ticker symbol DKNG is DraftKings. We all know that football season is showing up this week. Our Packers are playing, baby, on the 9th. Go Pack, go. You might see your boy show with his sombrero. I'm not playing. Stop playing with me. All right. I'm a true Packer fan. All right. Me and the wife got married at Lambeau. Love to see it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit what we know, okay? So I mean, DraftKings, y'all, I love the company, but last time I checked, they were doing too much. And that was when it came down here. So as a company, yeah, mixed bag. If they stay in their lane, they're fine. If they stay in their lane, they're fine. But they try to do some extra stuff. All right. Essentially, I mean, you're exactly at the top of a zone, and y'all notice that I have not really talked much about, well, not a lot about the supply and demand aspect of things, but something like this, like I really would want to find it before I did anything, because there is a clear sign that, you know, there is some resistance here at this level. So the only thing I can tell you right now with DraftKings at this very moment is that you are at a ceiling, and you really need to be patient with this. You really need to be patient with this, because we had this breakout, right? But this candle that broke out had a nice top wick, which is an indication that sellers showed up, and then we sold back below, right? But before all this, right, you notice that we did have our structure, our chart pattern that we broke out and then we broke up. So like we did call this play already, and now we're kind of trading sideways just a little bit. So for me to enter a DraftKings call, we really need to find support above 45.24, okay? And when I say like support, I mean I need to see buyers show up and show some strength, because they have not been strong after they crossed this level, okay? We do have 3 white knights, right? White soldiers, whatever you call them, which is an indication of a potential bullish reversal. So we just got to pay attention to what we do at this level, all right? Too much time on DraftKings, moving on. Hey, Teresa, I appreciate that super chat. Y'all showing so much love today. Much love, everybody. All right, what we got? What was that? Docholi. I think I'm saying that right. BBAI. All right. Let's go BBAI. What we got? All right. Not much. Oh, calls or puts. You guys just want to swing both directions. Okay, so right now you can clearly see that we are at a key level of resistance. Okay, so I would not be looking at calls necessarily right now, but let me take a closer look. We have a double top, and it doesn't look good, right? It doesn't look good for calls right now. I'd say that for as long as we live below 683, first of all, BBAI is BigBear AI. AI stock typically is pretty solid, but this one looks like it needs a little milk, right? We have a double top and we're falling below a key level of resistance at 683. If we're below this, then we're likely to fall down, and then that next level would be $4.64. Hold up, we have a gap here, so be careful of this gap, okay? Because this is where you might see some support, okay? So BBAI, you might see support at 628 and $6. So between that range. So this is a tough stock, man. I wouldn't be touching it personally unless you're in it for the long haul. Ultimately, if you can get a clear indication that you're going to stay below this level, then get a contract, not financial advice, but get a contract that's longer out, maybe a month or so, and then let it ride out, okay? Because your true stop loss is going to be confirmation above $6.83, okay? But the moment we break above that, right, then you may be in the clear for some calls. But beware, because every time we've broken out, you've seen weak candles to follow that breakout candle, right? Which is not a strong sign for a bullish continuation. So just be mindful of that, okay? Moving on to the next one. All right. Hopefully I'm doing a good job. Hey, hey, talk dirty to me. We already ate on Walmart. We can do it again. So we talked about Walmart. Look at this. I drew this up well before this breakout, and look what happens. But of course, we were already on game. We rode the play down. Where was this at? Right here, I want to say. No, I think it was, man, time is it? Hold up, let me zoom in. Cause we ate on Walmart. But you know what? It probably was, yeah, it was probably right around here. So we hit a level here on another chart. I called the play and we rode it all the way down to about $99. So we went from $100 to about $99, but that was a pretty solid move for us. Okay. So, but anyway, we're in a launch pad. We're still in this uptrend. We had this huge run up, and now Walmart on a 15-minute chart is trading in a neutral position, right? Every time you have a big run, right, we have to wait for the play to now kind of find itself, because it's trying to figure out the direction, right? We came up here, Walmart ran up to what's this, 103.90, right? And then it started to do what we know it does, and that's trade in a neutral position. So now we're waiting for that breakout for Walmart. So take profit targets for Walmart, okay? On a breakout, you're either looking at 103.75. That's after we're already here, but it's after a breakout, right? Or if we break down, you're looking at 101.51. So likely Walmart will come back down to retest the 100 to 101 level before it maybe decides just to do a bullish reversal and continue towards the upside for new highs. Okay, so Walmart is Walmart. Okay, give them that rollback. So what am I saying? I'm saying that unless we break right here at this level and confirm above 103.20, we're likely to see Walmart pull all the way back down to about 102.32 before we see a bounce or a continuation towards the downside. That's what I'm saying on Walmart. Denise, hey, Harlem, hey, thank you so much, big dog. Hey, 80s babies, let's get it. Nvidia and DVN. My timer did go off, yeah, but I am gonna do a couple more tickers here, okay? We had some delays and I want to make up for it. And then people showing love in it. I mean, y'all showing super chats. Like, I never see those buttons. I see them from like a couple individuals, but we got some new faces that's showing love, and I really appreciate it. So you're in a technical downtrend, right? We have not broken this trend yet. We have higher highs or lower highs and lower lows. So you have to be careful with this one. DVN is Devon Energy Corporation. I'm not familiar with this stock or company, but I do see that we had a downtrend. We broke the trend a little bit. Then we had a triple top, and then we broke down. And then now we're in a consolidated phase, and it's looking like the stock right now is looking for a direction. So what I'm gonna line this up for whoever just asked for this. So essentially, we are bullish on this company or this stock for as long as we're above $29.71. Okay, right now, if I zoom in, I know that we had this sell-off, and then now we are in a neutral position in a descending triangle. Okay, this is a descending triangle. So this is a neutral position to where the stock is trying to figure out the direction it wants to go. So we're looking for a breakout, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in so you can see a little bit better. Maybe you can screenshot it, whatever. But we're looking for a breakout. Here's your pattern. Let me solidify this line so you can see a little bit better, right? And let me solidify these yellow line right here so you can see that a little bit better too. Okay, so this stock, I drew the pattern for you so you can see it, but your take profit target on a breakout is going to be for the high, $35.60. For the low, well, that would be the previous level of support, but you have to understand that it's a demand zone down here. Okay, so you have to be careful because this is a demand zones is exactly that. This is where buyers are typically living. Okay, so if we fall to this zone, you're looking to see if it's going to be aggressive or passive zone. Aggressive zone is if the stock falls to this level and takes off, right? Just like that, like a ricochet, right? Or one second, where am I? Where's my, okay. Or the stock could fall through the level, and just like Mario Kart, you hit that little, that speed ramp, and then it rockets right back through demand. So what you typically see is a stock fall through demand, it starts to slow down in volume, and then it turns around and you see a upwards, like momentum in volume, buying volume kick into demand. And the moment you hit this ramp, the moment you touch it, it's taking off. And that's your trigger to enter calls with a nice risk reward ratio, because your stop loss will be right below, confirmation below that demand zone. Okay, so that's kind of what you're looking for. So just be careful. I didn't talk yet about passive zones, and a passive zone is when you come into demand zone or a supply zone and you kind of dance within it, and essentially the company or the stock is trying to figure out the direction. You're waiting for a breakout. This gets people smoked. I've gotten smoked sometimes because demand means buy, but at the same time, like, it's chopping you up. So those intraday plays are dangerous when you have when you're trading within a passive zone. So just be warned, okay? Be careful. Try to be patient. Man, thanks for the super chats. The wifey talking, what you say? Look at all those super chats. You guys are awesome. I feel like this is the most super chats I've received. I mean, like, so thank y'all. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Genuinely. I appreciate you. Rufus, much love, Big Dog. Thank you so much. D Wayne, I see you. All right. The chat is lit. Okay. All right. I think we covered most of everything, right? So, what are we gonna do now? My timer went off a while ago, so I'm not gonna take another ticker right now. Hold up. I think I got, yes, I think I did okay. All right. That is the rapid fire chart analysis, everybody, right? That is how we get down. For those that are looking for live trading or live trading, your boy's I've been distracted, okay? Like I said, trading has been a little rough because I'm sleep deprived and I'm distracted because I got all my jobs, right? Plus I want to deliver on commitments to y'all. I really need to get this app finished up, and once that's done, then things will be a lot cleaner for me. But essentially, it is coming. My plan is to either live trade or do a live training session tomorrow. Maybe not. Me and my wife got vacations planned, so I got to figure out what that timing looks like. If I have time, then I'll do it, right? But we're gonna be on a river chilling, right? Because we need some us time. But we will see. I will sit here for, like always, I'll sit here for like 5 minutes and see if I can address any questions, right, that anybody may have. Anything that I talked about that you kind of have a question about, I'm more than happy to address those. Okay, so y'all do that in the chat. Omar, appreciate the fire emojis. Thank you so much, fam. I appreciate it. I hope. No, you know what? I will be one of the greats. You gotta talk stuff into existence, right? Hey, I come from humble beginnings, y'all. I'm not gonna go on the soapbox, but at the end of the day, it's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to be able to speak to these things to y'all, right? And be knowledgeable enough and comfortable and confident enough to pour into the community, right? So I'll continue doing what I'm doing for as long as I can do it, because I'm blessed. So And I just want to bless everybody else if I can, when I can. We got people that are like genuinely good people like KG, and I see what he does, and I hope that I could do that much for so many people, right? Paying somebody's mortgage, man, that's crazy, right? And he's done that multiple times. But that's genuinely who I am as a person. So I'm living vicariously through him, taking care of people. I'm doing it on a small scale, but also that's why I have the Discord, and that's why I'm in the Discords, because I give where I can, and I'll always do that. So you did call it, and we did eat. Love it. KGU, absolutely. I see you, Queen. Right? What time zone do you use to move your charts to find your levels? I guess it depends. So for me, I'm a swing trader, but it doesn't even matter. Like all the charts that I look at, I always start typically from a week to a day to a 4 hour to a 1 hour or 65 minute. I typically like the 65 minute to the 15 minute, 5 minute, 45 seconds. So like I'm looking at that range, right? And what we're doing, I start that high and I'm looking at a lower time frame to hopefully sync the price action with my zones, okay? If that makes sense. It's called zone syncing. So I'm a supply demand trader at heart at this point. I teach it very aggressively for the most part, and that's how I get a lot of my big wins. And I think it's catching on, because I'm seeing a lot of people talk about supply and demand that, you know, which I love it for them. Hopefully it works for them, because, you know, it works for me. So love it, KGU. Hopefully we got a lot of likes here, but I did, you know, and we're good. But got 2 minutes left on my timer. Any questions? You can ask me anything for the most part. Don't get too personal. Don't get too personal. Hey, I'm not a shoe person, but I'm about to show off my shoe. When I was a kid, I gotta come forward on something. When I was a kid, my mom, she bought me my first pair of Jordans, right? And my only pair of Jordans, because after that, I had Airs. And anybody that's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, whatever, you know, those bootleg shoes without the Nike swoosh. Yeah, your boy had those in school. It was not a good time. You know, that's how you get talked about. But I come from nothing, y'all. And my mom had one pair of shoes, like the Jordans, and never had Jordans ever again. So I kind of grew up with the mindset of it's just not that important, right? Like shoes, not that important, right? I'll never be able to afford them or whatever. And even if I could afford them, my brain, my mindset went towards that money could get put elsewhere. Well, all my guys wear Jordans. That's like their only shoes that they have. So your boy went and bought his first pair of Jordans, which is like the exact shoe that my mom bought me when I was a kid. So like a shoe might not mean like a big deal for anybody, but like this means something. Like I could have bought Jordans forever ago, but I never wanted to afford them. And now I can comfortably say I could do this and not have to worry about like, could that money be used elsewhere, right? Like, so this for me is like when I buy a watch, you know, it's like the importance of time. So hold up, let me. So not only did I buy that one, I bought one more. And again, I'm not a shoe junkie, y'all, not at all. But it feels good to be able to buy a shoe. And these are the new ones. So Like, brings a smile to my face. No lie. It brings a smile to my face. Real talk. All right, so that's my time. That's my time. We on a roll with your charts, and I love it. Yep. Thanks, man, for the valuable time. Yep. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. This is Sacrifice for Riches, Stocks4Rell. Tune in next Thursday for the next rapid fire chart analysis. You should hopefully see an options trade play video drop Monday morning. Actually, we'll see. I'll still be on vacation. We'll see. If you are in my Discord, Sacrifice for Riches, you know on Sundays we do the weekly live strategy. So where we look at the SPY and maybe a ticker or so to figure out what we're doing for the week. So we're gonna do that, and hopefully I'm crossing my fingers to my Discord members that you guys have this app in your hands by tomorrow, by tonight, because by tonight. I'm trying tonight, so I'll be trying to send out private invitations tonight to the app, and then we'll pilot it, and if it all looks good, then we'll get it out to the masses, right? So that's all I got. Much love, much respect. I appreciate all the super chats. Thank y'all so much. This is Stocks4Rell, Sacrifice for Riches. Take care.